What is happy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to the show. And I'm your host, Mr. J Sports. Man, y'all know the vibes. We got March Madness to talk about. We got the WNBA to talk about. We got the NFL to talk about because you see the crazy madness trade that's happening. And we got the NBA to talk about. We got everything and anything. We got all the sports to talk about. It's a paradise. What a wonderful world. So let's get to it. Let's talk about it, man. Today, the first topic of the show before we get into anything and everything, we're gonna talk about these trades, man. These some crazy trades. Let me see. We had Mr. Why can't I find it? Now I can't find what I'm looking for. Shaking my head. What a wonderful world. We're gonna start from March Madness right now. And we had an upset today. TCU just beat Ohio State. So half of y'all brackets, I think like 40%, I don't know the exact number, of y'all brackets already busted. Pause. Shout out to TCU, man. TCU wanted it more. They ultimately outplayed Ohio State. Ohio State is mucho galante basura. And I think it's just a football school at this point because they suck at basketball. They're simply not good. You had no business losing to TCU and getting upset the way you got upset. When I was watching the games, one of the main reasons why y'all lost is because y'all were horrible. Y'all got out rebounded. Rebounds were 38 rebounds to 32. So you got simply out rebounded. What really hurt them was the offensive rebounds. We have 12 to 6. So TCU basically doubled your offensive rebounding. Defensive rebounds, y'all were dead even. Another thing that hurted Ohio State a lot is that it shot horrible from three. 26%. Shout out to Bruce Thorin for messing up my parlay. I took you for points and assists. You only got 14. I need you to get over 23.5. But let's hit near here or there. Bruce Thorin took 9 shots. John Mobley Jr. took 17 shots. He took the bulk of the shots. Another problem they were having, they let TCU get hot from three in this little weak zone they were playing. They shot 39% from three. When you're shooting 39% from three, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You're more likely going to lose this game. That first half was sloppy. TCU just put their foot on the gas. And ultimately, Ohio State had no answer for them at all. Not one answer. It was basically a team effort. You had Xavier Edmonds giving you 16, David Punch giving you 16, Michael Robinson had the most points in this game with 18. Yeah, David Punch also had 16 and 13. Another thing TCU was doing, they were forcing turnovers. They both had 7 turnovers as a team. But ultimately, Ohio State could not get nothing going. Shout out to 9 people in the live right now. Yeah, Ohio State couldn't get nothing going. They just basically got outplayed. 40% of brackets picked TCU to win. So 40% of brackets are already busted. Pause. I mean, they did good. They did what they could, but it looked like Ohio State wanted it more at the end of the day. Another game that I wanted to talk about is this Texas game from yesterday. Duke is on upset alert, 43-32 to Siena. Yeah, if Duke as a 1 seed loses that, there's some conversation to be had. but that's neither here nor there. Shout out to Perryview for winning their first game ever in March Madness. They broke history. Shout out to Perryview. They beat Lehigh 67-55. Shout out to Texas. Texas versus North Carolina State. Shout out to the 25 people that's in here. Texas just dominated this game. NC State was horrible. I mean, when you're getting out rebounded 45-33, when you have a grand total of 12 turnovers to 7, Texas had the more turnovers. It was sloppy basketball, especially with the last 5 minutes. It was sloppy basketball. When you have 2 of your guys foul out that have 5 personal fouls and one guy played 10, the other guy played 23, I don't know how you're going to win this game. This game ultimately came down to execution and who wanted it more. And when you're giving up all these rebounds, 15 offensive rebounds to 7, yeah, you're not going to win many games. Shout out to Texas, man. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to the 14 people in the live. I just want to talk a little college basketball, but let's get to these trades, man. Let me find this trade. We had Jaylen Waddle decided to join Denver. I didn't even know he was on the trade block. I didn't get that memo. So in surprising fashion, nobody saw this one coming. The Broncos are getting Jaylen Waddle. The Dolphins are trading him. A 2026 4th-round pick, and Jaylen Waddle is headed to the Broncos. And Denver is sending their 1st-round pick and their late 3rd and 4th to Miami. So now Miami has 2 1st-round picks. I think this is going to do a lot for Mr. Bo Nix. He's getting a certified playmaker. You have an old Cortland Sutton there. You need another playmaker. Now you're getting another playmaker, and obviously Jaylen Waddle, a very good route runner. Somebody who can be a bona fide number 1 over there. Somebody that can grow with Bo Nix and kind of helps the offensive problems that the Broncos had. The Broncos, they need another weapon. They need another weapon in the passing game. They need another passing target. And ultimately, you're building for the future. When you look at that Broncos team, the Broncos team is basically set. They got a good defense. Not even a good elite defense. They type 5 defense. They have a good O-line. Their run game is okay. But you're getting another weapon. And I think this is going to help them a lot. I think this is a good trade. Shout out to Denver. It weakens the AFC East, which I like that being a Patriots fan, so now I don't got to worry about Dolphins. Because I don't know. You signed Malik Willis, and now what you going to do with Malik Willis? That's what I need to know. What's happening with Mr. Malik Willis now? There was an interesting stat I wanted to show you guys. Let me see. I did screenshot it. Let's see if I could find this interesting stat. It was on about the Dolphins have a very interesting payroll situation. Let me see if I could find what I'm looking for right now. It seems like every day has been a trade in this offseason. Teams are really loading up trying to compete for the Super Bowl. And we all know football is very hard to Okay, here goes what I wanted to show y'all. Put this on the screen for y'all. Let me know what y'all think it is, all right? This is the Dolphins' dead money for the season, right? It's over $175 million, which is insane. None of these players are on their roster right now. Tua's gone. Tyreek Hill's gone. Tyreek Hill was a free agent. Actually, yeah, the Dolphins released him, I believe. Jaylen Waddle's gone. Jalen Ramsey, Minka, Bradley Chubb, Teron Armstead. Imagine getting fired from your job, but you still getting a check for them. Because that's basically what's happening with this Miami Dolphins. You owe them money. You got to give them money, but they're not on your roster. So you paid these players for them not to be on your roster. The 2-1 is insane. Because you're eating 50 plus million on a quarterback that's not even on your roster. Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle is insane too. So at this point, I feel like y'all just eating dick. It's gonna be a tough rebuild. If you're a Miami fan, it's gonna be a tough rebuild for y'all. No, I'm not gonna lie. Cause y'all about to have some dark years. You lost Mike McDaniels as your head coach. You lost Tyreek Hill, which was your best receiver. You lost Jaylen Waddle, your second best wide receiver. The only play you got really that's left is Achan. I don't know what more is supposed to happen. What are you gonna do? It's gonna be tough for you, Miami Dolphins fan. Y'all gonna see some ugly days. It's gonna be dark for y'all, man. And then with that trade, what them trading away Jaylen Waddle, now it shakes up the draft. Because if we're looking at the draft for the NFL, let me see a mock draft. Let's just say I'm looking at a mock draft. So now you get the Dolphins at number 11. Who are the Dolphins gonna pick at 11? Are they gonna trade these 2 first-round picks, try to move up in the draft? Like, what's gonna happen now? Because that takes. Are they gonna draft a receiver if one of these receivers is left? Or are they gonna go lineman? Are they gonna draft Jordan Tyson? Are they gonna draft Makai Lemon? Where are they going? Are they gonna get Caleb Downs? Are you gonna go with your? Is Cornell Tate gonna somehow fall? I don't know. He might not. Is Jeremiah Love gonna fall to them? It's gonna be interesting, right? Because now they have the 11th pick, and on top of the 11th pick, they also getting the Broncos' first round pick, which is a very late first round pick. What was the Broncos pick? Oh, you're getting pick 30. So, if I'm Dolphins, do I package these 2 first round picks and see if I get a high draft pick, or do I use them and actually draft valuable players? Very interesting. And we had another interesting trade too. Shocking one that I didn't see coming at all. Justin Fields is now going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Because as we know, Patrick Mahomes is coming off a torn ACL. I mean, you're giving Justin Fields a fresh start. I personally don't think he's a good quarterback. I think he's mucho galente basura, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, with those weapons, with Andy Reid, could he do something and look decent? Probably, but you're only gonna be starting like 2 to 3 games, maybe 4. I don't know how many games he's gonna actually play. But he said that he was preferred. His preference was to go to Kansas City. I think Justin Fields at this point in his career, where he's just looking for a fresh start, trying to let teams know, hey, I'm not as trash as I think I am. I can actually be a starting quarterback in this league. And then, with that being said, guess who went to Justin Fields? I mean, we'll see how this goes. I don't think he's going to get. He'll play 4 games at the most. Then Geno Smith decides he gets traded to the Jets. So basically, they swapped. So the Raiders traded Geno So basically, the Jets lost Justin Fields, or traded Justin Fields away for a late 6 or 7 round pick, one of them late round picks, for them to trade for Geno again to have his second stint. I don't know what the Jets are doing. I mean, they did boost up their defense. They got DeAndre. They traded for DeAndre Sweat. They have Minka Fitzpatrick back there now. They got Joseph OC. You got Kingsley. I don't know how to say his last name. You got an old Demario Davis getting paid 2 years, $22 million is insane work. David Omata, Nashawn Wright, and David Banton. So they basically are bolstering up their defense, which I get, I understand. Shout out to 13 people alive right now. They're bolstering up their defense. Now you add Geno Smith. I don't know. The Jets are the Jets. I don't know who y'all drafting because the quarterback, Trinidad Campbell, I think that's the brother's name. He was supposed to come out. He decided, no, I'm going to stay in school, which I think is dumb because next season, guess what? You're probably going to go to the Jets. The Jets might be the worst team in the NFL in the coming in next season. I don't know. It might be a tie between them, the Raiders, the Cardinals. It's going to be hard to say, but it's going to be a tie. Actually, I think Vegas is going to be decent. When I'm looking at their roster, the additions they had, I think they actually might be a decent team. They still gonna pick in the top 5. Now, matter of fact, they'll still be picked. I think they win about 4 to 5 games, 5 games at the most. But the Jets now, who are you drafting at number 2? Because these prospects don't look that intriguing. You have Mendoza, Jeremiah Love, and then you throw in a Cornell Tate maybe. So if you're the Jets, who are you drafting? You can't get Jeremiah Love because you still got Breece Hall back there, unless you plan on trading Breece Hall on draft night, getting another pick. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do. Excuse me. Interesting to see what they do, what they're gonna do with that pick at number 2. I don't know who you put at number 2 because this is not like a good draft to have a high pick, and next year it's supposed to be a historical draft, so most teams are hoarding their picks. Wow, Duke is shooting 2 for 15 from 3, shooting 39%, getting out rebounded. Yeah, this is getting nasty for them. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting football year. I can't wait for the season start. I can't wait for the draft. I can't wait for anything. But let's get down to some WNBA talk, man. Actually, I want to play this clip real quick. I'll run it back. They be trolling, but
open. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to switch it out because still I don't feel like he's outplayed SGA, Cade, or JB at this point of the season.
Whoa.
And then once you start throwing the Wembys in there and you start throwing the Jokic's in there, it gets a little. I think he's right there. Like, don't get me wrong. And so if Cade is gonna go out, he's obviously gonna be a shoe-in. So I don't want to make it seem like it's this huge gap between him and the rest of the guys that's in this conversation. But I just think he hasn't had the impact and done the things that these other guys have done. So it just comes down simply to numbers to me, not the impact that he's had, not the way that he's played and the way that he's been able to put the Lakers back in the 3rd seed. None of those things are just more important than it just being a simple number game. I don't think he's outplayed those guys as consistently as they've done over the season.
Possibly win MVP.
I think they're scared.
So Lou Well basically was saying that he feels like Luka hasn't outplayed SGA, Cade, or Jaylen Brown this season. He's saying he hasn't had the impact, none of things that these other guys have done. So Lou Will says the MVP race comes down to numbers. Most people think he's crazy and he's getting a lot of flack and backlash and disagree. But this is what I will say. He has a point. When we're comparing Luka to SGA clears. That's not like a conversation. He's better on the offensive end. He's a better shooter, a better playmaker, a better defender. What are we talking about? No conversation there. Then you can look at Cade. I mean, if you want to be an efficiency merchant, I ain't going to stop you. But I think Cade has outperformed Luka this season. When I'm looking at what the Detroit Pistons are doing, when I'm looking at the numbers he's putting up with lesser help around him, his second best player is Jalen Duren, who's basically just a lob threat. That's who his second best player. He's playing on a team with not a lot of spacing. They don't have many good shooters around Cade. He's not in the best situation, but yet he's making the best of it. And we look at Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has exceeded all expectations this season because nobody thought the Celtics would be good as they are, even with Jason Tatum coming back when he came back. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't disagree with Mr. Lou Will. I think he's spitting a fact. And since we're talking about Cade, unfortunate news, he could be ineligible for NBA awards. As we know, he got a collapsed lung. He got diagnosed with a collapsed lung today. That's a very serious injury. And they said they don't know how long he's going to be out for. He's going to be out indefinitely. Excuse me. What's the worst game to lose a game? Missed layup, half-court game, winning refs, blow the call, missed free throws. It's between a missed layup and a free throw. A layup, you have no excuse for missing a layup. Like, you really don't. It's, boop. Don't be Patrick Ewing. Be better than Mr. Ewing. And then for missed free throws, they're free for a reason, good brother. There's nobody. There's just you in the line, baby. Just you in the line, baby. Just you in the line, baby. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, those two, yeah. Here goes
Kevin knew it. The reason that KD left Golden State was because he realized he was never going to be as big in Dub Nation as Steph Curry.
So I don't got nothing to do why he left OKC.
It sounds like y'all mad because Russell didn't get a ring because KD left. That's why KD's a two-time champion.
His argument is, I can't win a championship if you're driving this car. If I'm driving the car and you want to assist me, we have a better chance. But if you think you're the driver, I can't win a championship.
That's what kept happening. Russ just says, give me the ball and get out of my way. And he's not a pure shooter. He's a lousy jump shooter. And Kevin knew it.
He did an interview. It was like, the last thing I thought was he would go there after they just did this to us. We supposed to run it back. Because us running it back, I get to go back and look at my mistakes and say, you know what? Let me get with big fella. Let him know that'll never happen again. I overshot. I overdid a lot of You know why, though? Because I don't like Steph Curry. I don't like him, and I was trying to kill him. When you look back at growth as a player, you can say, damn, man, I really did that up. But damn, big fella, you have to do that? You didn't even have a conversation with me.
That last year, Westbrook is trying to show him, I'm not Robin anymore. I'm Batman.
You're not calling him a Robin.
If I'm MVP, everybody's Robin. Yeah. So in this finals, I'm trying to show you I'm him. And me and you are at odds right now. When you leave and say, you know what, we on two different levels. I already won an MVP. I'm trying to win a championship right now. Both became right. Kevin Durant won the championship. Westbrook showed the world that he is the number one option. They both did exactly what they were fighting about.
Okay, let's get down to it, because now we gotta do the numbers game. Because the way y'all throw dirt on Westbrook name be nasty work. I'm gonna tell y'all what really happened in OKC. Once James Harden left that team, got traded off the team, right? That team they did not put. If you look at OKC when they had the big three, they did not put the capable team and players around Westbrook and KD. They did not go get them shooters. They did not go get them other shot creators. So most of that offense was heavily relied on Russ and KD. Once James Harden get traded away in 2015, I believe is when he got traded away. Is it 2015? No, he didn't get traded away. And when did James Harden leave? James Harden leaves. He gets 2012. I'm sorry. I got to correct myself. 2012, James Harden leaves. He's on Houston Rockets. 2012, 2013, he's gone. He's over there hooping, balling. Now, let's go at these rosters that they put around KD and Russ. Serge Ibaka, very good defensive player, good big, didn't space the floor. Took him some time to space the floor. Let me we're gonna go through these rosters together. We're gonna look at these rosters together, look at their numbers and all that. Cause this is nasty how we trying to blame Russ for KD being mid. This is what they gave. They gave Serge. They tried to replace with Kevin Martin. He wasn't even starting at the time. It was Russ, Savalosha, KD, Serge, Perk. That's a starting five. Nasty. Look, this 3-point shooting is terrible. Like, what is this? 35%. The only other 3-point shooter they really had was Kevin Martin. And Tabo was okay. Let's go to the next year. KD, Serge, Russ. That's it. You have Reggie Jackson, Caron Butler, Jeremy Lamb. Like, look at these rosters. How you maximizing these two as players, and these are the players y'all getting. Are we serious right now? This is what we doing? You got KD, Russ. KD actually gets hurt this year. So let's forget that year. 2015, 2016. KD, Russ, you got Steven Adams, Deion Waiters, Robinson, who is an offensive liability. The next best player, Serge Ibaka, is giving you 13 points. So you got KD giving you 28. You got Russ giving you 23, and then you got 12. Randy Foye was giving you no. And then you had Ernest Freedom, a.k.a. Ernest Cantor, who was giving you 12. And this is what you got to go against. And now we're going to that series in 2015, 2016, because Skip is full of crap. So we're going to talk about this crap he's full of. KD, Russ, 26, 26. 6 rebounds, 7, 3, 11. No blocks, no steals. And Russ almost averaged 2 steals. On top of that, guess who's more efficient from the field? More efficient from field goal, 3-point. And KD had the better field goal percentage. Y'all want to go down true shooting? True shooting, guess what? Russ had a better true shooting than Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant is getting outplayed versus the Mavericks. So now we're going to go to the Spurs. KD shooting terrible from 3. Russ shooting terrible from 3. 50% from field, 37. He's putting up 28, 6, 7. Russ is putting up 25, 6, 5, and 2 steals. So Russ is basically the better offensive player in this series and the better defender than KD. So he's getting outplayed once again. Sure, KD averaged more, was more efficient. Yeah, sure, whatever. But Russ is the primary playmaker, and he's a better defender. Nice try, buddy. Then we go to Golden State. This is a 3-1 lead. And this is where it gets tricky with this 3-1 lead. Because this game 5, he had 40. Shout out to KD. He did good. This game 6 and 7, this is where it gets spooky. Game 6. 29 points from Kevin Durant. 1 for 8 from 3. Shot 12% from 3. 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Russ, 28 points. 5 turnovers, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double in this game. Shot terrible from 3. Shot 37 from the field. So he was more efficient than Kevin Durant. So game 6, Russ did what he could. Now let's go to game 7 where it really gets disgusting. It gets filthy in this game. KD has, shout out to KD, he got 27. Shot 52%, 42 from 3. Russ had 19. He shot terrible from the field. He put up 13 assists. And he had 2 steals. Serge Ibaka put up 16. Roberson had 4 points. This whole team shot terrible. 2 for 11, 4 for 11, 5 for 11, 7 for 21, 10 for 9. Man, these numbers is insane. So when we talk about these two players, when they played together, I don't care what y'all say about Russ. Russ did what he's supposed to do. We're talking about a guy who's a shooting guard who had to learn to play point guard. He's giving KD the ball, but KD's not doing what he needs to do. He's not scoring at the clip he needs to score. Does Westbrook make bonehead plays? Yes, he 100% does. I understand that. You understand that. I'm not against that. But during his time with KD, there are plays where he's giving KD the ball. KD can't score. He's giving the ball back to Russ. They're playing hot potato. So I don't know what you want Russ to do in that type of situation. The real reason why KD left, and he talked about this, is because they did not build around those two players a championship caliber team. You were up 3-1 to the Warriors. Both of your 2-star players played. Mucho Galente, Asura, and that's in the story. That's it. There's no excuse for neither one of them. They both played bad. So because both of y'all played bad, KD says, you know what? I'm out of here. Peace. I'm going to Golden State. KD could go to Golden State. He wins 2 rings. Shout out to him. He goes 3 finals. Good for him. Whatever. I don't give a damn. Them cubic zirconium rings. That's neither here nor there. But then we look at what you did post Golden State. Your career looks real shaky and scary because you're looking like George Gervin with a 3-point shot. Matter of fact, you're looking like T-Mac with a couple rings. Shout out to my boy Genius for that comparison. You go to the Nets, you team up with Kyrie, James Harden. That don't work out. Y'all fail ultimately. Don't even make conference finals. Then you go to Phoenix. A team with you, Bradley, Bill, Devin Booker. Don't even make the playoffs, son. Y'all don't even make the playoffs. Like, how y'all not make a playoffs with those 3 players? Y'all don't even make a play-in, playoffs, none. Just completely miss at it. Then we go to this season. Somehow the Houston Rockets are worse with you on the roster than they was with you off the roster. Which I don't understand. So when you look at KD not as good as y'all think he is. Outside of scoring at elite level, he do nothing else. What else he do? Y'all tell me what else he do at elite level. Golden State saved his career. Because if it wasn't for Golden State, who knows what KD's career. If it wasn't for Golden State, if let's say KD never wins a ring, is he better than Charles Barkley? Shoot, is he better than CP3 all time? Like when we talk about ringless players, that's the conversation. He's in that type of tier. But it's just disgusting when we just keep blaming Russ. Like, come on, man. We're going to switch gears to the WNBA. They reached a new CBA. Rookie housing will be provided for all the next 3 years. In 2029, players making $500K or less still qualify for team-provided housing. Rookie minimum starts at $207K, scales up from $300K for players with 10-plus years of service. And then beginning in 2027, a player can only be cored if she has 6 or fewer years of service. Let me see. The salary cap is going to be up to $7 million. It's going up to $7 million, up $0.5 million in 2025. So that's an increase. Average revenue share of nearly 20% across the CBA. Supermax starts at $1.4 million. And Asia Wilson's obviously getting that. Bronny Williams is making $2 million, and it's a second round that barely plays. That For a super max to be at 1.4 mil is so utterly disrespectful, low key. I get it's an increase, but that's nasty. Average salary in 600K range, minimum salary above 300K. Minimum was $66,079 in 2025. I mean, this is good for the CBA. So it looks like we're gonna have a WNBA sport. We're gonna have a season. Shout out to the W for getting this done. Shout out to all the women out there that got it. They deserve it. They had a historical draft. The sport is growing. Shout out to them, man. This is gonna be the end of our show today. I will be back tomorrow with another great show banger for y'all. Y'all know where to find me at. TikTok, Crazy Shot Josh. Twitter, Crazy Shot Josh. YouTube, J Sports Universe. And Instagram, J Sports 00, man. If you want to be on the show, y'all want to come debate me. Yeah, don't like a take I said, disagree with a take, yada, 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 whatever. DM me on any of these platforms, and I will come back to y'all. I will let you on the show. One rule, don't be casual. Second rule, be respectful. And y'all already know, I'm your favorite content creator. I'm your favorite TikToker's favorite TikToker. Ain't nobody better than me. Ain't nobody working harder than me. It is what it is. This content space is mine. I'm here to take it over. And on that note, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for another great show. Y'all be safe out here, man.